Last Friday, I showed you an ink blot, a shape with no name. And I asked you one question. What do you see first? Most of you saw a face. Some of you saw something darker, something reaching, something consuming. Here is what no one told you. Both answers were correct, and both of them were you. The thing you saw in that shadow, that isn't your enemy. That is the part of you that society spent your entire life teaching you to lock away. Your hunger, your anger, your ambition without apology. The version of you that doesn't ask for permission. Psychology has a name for it. Carl Jung called it the shadow. In the next 12 minutes, you are going to meet the architect of every self-destructive decision you have ever made. Every relationship you sabotaged, every opportunity you let die. Every moment you said, "I don't know why I did that." You are going to meet the stranger in your mind. And by the end of this video, you will have a choice. Destroy it or command it. Carl Jung was Sigmund Freud's most gifted student, and then he became his most dangerous rival. Freud believed the unconscious mind was a basement of repressed desires. Jung looked deeper. He said it wasn't a basement, it was an entire hidden civilization, and every person walking this earth is only showing you the building on the surface. Jung discovered that from the moment we are born, we are handed a script. Be good, be quiet, don't be too much, be likable, be manageable. And every part of you that didn't fit that script, you didn't delete it, you buried it, deeper and deeper, until you forgot it was there. Jung called this buried collection the shadow. The shadow is not evil, understand that. It is simply unfiltered. It is the rage you swallowed when someone disrespected you, the ambition you killed because you were told it made you arrogant, the desire you buried because you were told it made you dangerous. The shadow is not the monster under your bed. It is the version of you that stopped performing for everyone else. Jung wrote something that has haunted psychology for over a century. Read it slowly. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Read that again. Every pattern you can't break, every type of person you keep attracting, every wall you keep hitting at the same height, that is not bad luck. That is your shadow, running the show from a room you pretend doesn't exist. Think about the last time you exploded in anger over something that seemed small, or the last time you sabotaged something good and couldn't explain why, or the last time you felt a dark pull towards something you never admitted to anyone. That wasn't randomness, that was a message. Your shadow knocking, not to destroy you, to be seen. Jung identified that the shadow doesn't disappear with age, it grows. The longer you ignore it, the more sophisticated it becomes. It learns your blind spots, it learns your triggers. It learns exactly how to use your greatest virtues as weapons against you. Your loyalty becomes servility, your confidence becomes arrogance, your love becomes obsession. The shadow is patient. It has nowhere else to be. Jungian analysts Robert Moore and Douglas Gillette mapped the shadow onto 4 fundamental archetypes, 4 faces of the hidden self. 4 ways the unexamined mind destroys a life from the inside. You will recognize at least one of these, possibly all 4. Pay attention to the one that makes you most uncomfortable. That discomfort is information. The first archetype is the tyrant, the shadow of the king. The king archetype in its healthy form is the man who leads with strength, clarity, and generosity. But push him into the shadow, ignore his need for purpose, for sovereignty, the king becomes the tyrant. He controls because he is terrified of being irrelevant. He dominates because he cannot tolerate being questioned. He destroys what he cannot own. You've met this man. Perhaps you've been this man. The boss who takes credit and distributes blame. The father whose children walk on eggshells. The partner who reframes control as protection. The tyrant doesn't see himself as cruel. He sees himself as necessary. He tells himself, without me, everything falls apart. And that story, that is the shadow speaking, not truth, not strength, fear wearing a crown. The second archetype is the weakling, the shadow of the warrior. The warrior in full health is disciplined, boundaried, and committed to something greater than himself. His shadow is the man who cannot say no, the man who swallows every insult and calls it being the bigger person. The man who abandons his own vision the moment someone expresses disapproval. The weakling is often mistaken for kindness. He is not kind. He is afraid. Afraid of conflict, afraid of rejection, afraid that if he shows his real edges, his real needs, his real limits, he will be abandoned. And so he shrinks and shrinks until one day he looks in the mirror and cannot find himself at all. The warrior's shadow doesn't die in battle. He dies avoiding one. The third archetype is the manipulator, the shadow of the magician. The magician is the architect of understanding, the strategist, the analyst, the one who sees patterns others miss. His shadow uses that same intelligence not to illuminate, but to deceive. He withholds information for leverage. He engineers outcomes from behind a curtain. He never lies directly. He simply arranges the truth until it tells the story he wants you to believe. The fourth archetype is the addict, the shadow of the lover. The lover archetype is pure. It is the capacity for passion, for beauty, for deep and transformative connection. His shadow consumes everything he touches. The addict doesn't love, he devours. He moves from experience to experience, person to person, substance to substance, always chasing the feeling that nothing quite delivers anymore. He is not broken, he is starving, for a depth he has never been shown how to reach. 4 archetypes, 4 ways the unexamined shadow dismantles everything you are trying to build. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Most men cycle through all 4. Tyrant at work, weakling at home, manipulator in conflict, addict in private. The shadow doesn't choose one mask, it has an entire wardrobe, and it knows exactly which one to put on in which room.
Now, we are going to do something different. This is not a quiz. This is a diagnostic. 3 scenarios. Trust your first instinct. Don't analyze, don't perform. The shadow operates in instinct. That is where we find it. Your first answer is always the truth. Everything after that is your ego doing damage control. Scenario 1. The Three Doors. You are standing in a corridor. 3 doors in front of you. Behind door 1, everything you ever wanted. Behind door 2, the truth about yourself. Behind door 3, the truth about someone you love. You can only open one. You have 3 seconds. Choose. If you chose door 1, your shadow archetype is the addict. You prioritize acquisition over truth. The want is louder than the knowing. If you chose door 2, your shadow archetype is the weakling. You suspect something is wrong inside you, and you are finally ready to face it. If you chose door 3, your shadow archetype is the manipulator. You believe understanding others gives you an advantage. You are not wrong, but ask yourself, why do you need one? Scenario 2. The 3 objects. A sword, a mirror, a locked box. You may keep one. You must destroy one. You must give one away. Your instinct just told you something about how you relate to power, to self-knowledge, and to what you hide. Scenario 3. The blurred face. A figure is walking toward you in darkness. You cannot make out the face. Your instinct assigns them an emotion. Are they angry, afraid, or indifferent? Whatever you felt in that moment is what you carry when you enter any room.
Integration is not therapy speak for feel better about yourself. Integration means this. You look at every dark thing you found, every shadow archetype you recognized, every door you chose, and you say, this is also me. Not with shame, with ownership. Jung was explicit about this. He said integration is not about becoming good, it is about becoming whole. There is a profound difference. A man who is incapable of cruelty is not moral, he is simply weak. He has no sword, he has no darkness, he has nothing to restrain because there is nothing there. The truly moral man is the one who has the sword, who knows what he is capable of, and chooses every single day to keep it sheathed. Shadow integration is a practice, not an event. It begins with one discipline. When you feel the shadow rise, the rage, the hunger, the dark pull, you do not suppress it. You do not act on it. You observe it. You ask, what does this part of me need? And then you decide from a position of awareness rather than unconscious reaction. That is the difference between a man driven by his shadow and a man who drives it. You came to this video because something in that ink blot spoke to you. Something in the idea of a stranger in your mind felt uncomfortably familiar. That recognition, that is the beginning of integration. The shadow is not your enemy. It is the most honest part of you. It is the part that remembers everything you were told to forget. The question was never, how do I destroy my dark side? The question has always been, how do I become someone worthy of that much power? If this video found you at the right moment, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe if you want to go deeper. The comments are open. Tell me which archetype you recognized in yourself. And remember, the shadow is not afraid of the light. It has been waiting for it.